9 coconut milk brands, at least one is in your pantry right now. You didn't choose it carelessly. You looked for the clean one, short label, coconut and leaf, maybe an organic seal, and it earned your trust in about 2 seconds. That 2 seconds is exactly what these labels are built for. Take the can families have trusted for 3 generations. Short list, nothing alarming, until the last ingredient, a preservative the government requires by law. Because for some people it acts fast, and they never trace it back. Or the wellness cartons people pour into their coffee every morning. Turn one over, barely any coconut. Mostly water, held together with gum, priced like something premium. Then there's number 1. 3 of the biggest retailers in the country pulled it from their shelves and said almost nothing. It's still for sale. Quieter now, where the news never reached. 9 to put back. 3 that survive a close read. Number 9. Thai Kitchen. Start with the friendly one. Thai Kitchen, the clean white can with the blue script, the approachable weeknight curry brand you'll find at Walmart, Kroger, and Target. It feels small. It feels authentic. It feels Thai. Here's the first thing they don't print on the front. Thai Kitchen is owned by McCormick, the giant American spice company. That's not a scandal. It's your first lesson in how this entire aisle works. A huge share of the small, authentic, artisan brands you reach for are owned by large food corporations, and the packaging is deliberately built so you never picture a boardroom. You picture a market in Bangkok. Now flip it over. Coconut, water, and guar gum. Guar gum is a bean-based thickener. Sounds harmless enough, and that's exactly why nobody questions it. But it's not in there for you. It's in there for the warehouse. Coconut fat and water don't want to stay together. That's why real coconut milk separates. Guar gum forces them to hold hands so the can looks flawless a full year later on a shelf. That perfect, never-separating texture you thought meant quality? It's the tell that you're holding a product engineered to sit still, not one pressed fresh for your pot. And once you can see it, you'll spot it on half the cans in the aisle. Watch the product line too, because it plays the same trick twice. The evaporated version stacks on more. Cellulose gum, a sucrose ester emulsifier, palm oil, artificial flavor. One label, 2 completely different products. So here's your move on Thai Kitchen. If all you need is a passable curry base, fine. But if you came for actual coconut, know that you're buying warehouse engineering with a friendly accent. And by the end of this video, you'll know 3 cans that give you more coconut. That's the gentlest one on this list. It only gets sharper from here. Number 8. Trader Joe's number 8 is a genuine cult favorite. The $3 can recipe bloggers tag in every curry post, the brand people trust the way they trust a friend. Turn the coconut cream over. Coconut, cellulose gum, xanthan gum, water. 2 separate thickeners, doing the work your fresh coconut would have done on its own. And here's what should bother you. You're paying premium, cult favorite prices for a texture that came from a lab additive, not from the coconut. That velvet mouthfeel you love isn't quality. It's design. Then do the thing almost nobody does. Pick up the light or reduced fat can right beside it and read the order. Water. Coconut extract. Water is first. Light doesn't mean a clever, healthier formula. In coconut milk, light almost always just means they added water and charged you the same. You're buying a thinner product with less of the coconut fat, and the fat is the entire reason you reached for coconut milk in the first place. Dilute it, and you've paid $3 for expensive cloudy water with a beloved logo on it. Number 8 skill is the fastest money saver in this whole video. Whatever's listed first is what you're mostly buying. If water beats coconut to the front, no cult following on earth changes that. So don't let the fan base do your thinking. A brand you love can still sell you a gummed cream and a watered-down light. Flip both. Buy neither on autopilot. Number 7. Silk. Now leave the cans and walk to the refrigerated cartons, the big half-gallons that signal plant-based wellness from across the dairy aisle. Silk is the one everybody knows, the carton people pour into coffee and cereal every morning. Sure, they've upgraded. Read the panel. Unsweetened silk is water and coconut cream, with gel and gum for body and a blend of added vitamins. And the D is synthetic D2, not the D3 form your body absorbs more easily. The original version adds cane sugar on top of all of it. Here's why this matters. and why you may have been played without knowing it. This is a coconut drink, not coconut milk. If you bought it thinking you'd cook with it, you bought fortified water wearing a coconut costume, fine in a latte, and you paid milk money for mostly water. One honest correction, because the fear videos get this exact point wrong. Silk removed carrageenan. Its own label and FAQ confirm none. But don't mistake that for a clean bill. They fixed one talking point while still selling you a carton that's mostly water. A brand quietly removing the scary ingredient doesn't mean you're getting coconut. It means you're getting better marketed water. So the move on Silk, read the front word carefully. Coconut milk in a carton is a beverage. If you want something that thickens a curry, this was never it, and you can stop overpaying for the privilege. Number 6. So delicious. Number 6 is So Delicious. The wellness brand carton at Whole Foods and Sprouts. Priced to whisper something better is inside here. Picture the shopper this carton was built for. She skipped the cheap stuff 2 aisles back. She's holding this one because it costs more. The price tag is the proof it's better. That's the whole trick. So Delicious isn't sold on what's inside. It's sold on the kind of person who buys it. And the panel doesn't reward her. Water and coconut cream, then 2 gums stacked together, gellan and locust bean, sunflower lecithin to emulsify, added vitamins, and the phrase, natural flavors. Lean in on that phrase, because it's the punchline. Natural flavors is one of the broadest, least specific categories on any American label. A company isn't required to break down what's under it. So the one shopper in the aisle who actually reads labels, who paid extra specifically to know what she's eating, is holding the one carton with a line she's not allowed to fully read. She bought transparency, she got a nicer font, and the flavored versions add real grams of sugar, quietly turning a wellness pour into a sweetened drink you're having every single morning without counting it. Your move on So Delicious. Stop paying a wellness tax for a gum stack and a blank spot. If you're the label reader they're targeting, reward yourself, put it back, and find the carton that spells everything out. Number 5. 365 by Whole Foods. Number 5 is the house brand of the store that built its whole identity on cleaner food. 365 by Whole Foods. Just seeing that label feels like someone with high standards already checked for you, because there are 2 completely different 365 coconut products, and most shoppers never notice. The carton coconut beverage is water and coconut cream with locust bean gum, gellan gum, added D2, and natural flavor, a fortified drink. The can, in the cooking aisle, is a genuinely short list. Organic coconut, water, and a little organic guar gum. Same name, same logo. 2 totally different foods. Grab the carton for a curry and your sauce is thin and sad. Grab the can for your coffee and you're spooning cream. The store's reputation didn't warn you. It disarmed you. You trusted the halo and skipped the panel, which is exactly what a halo is for. Number 5's lesson is the one that protects you from every store brand on earth. A trusted name is not a substitute for reading the back. The best retailer in the country will still hand you a clean can and a watered carton under the same 4 numbers. So the move? Never let a logo do your reading. The moment you outsource your judgment to a brand's reputation, you've handed them the win. We're halfway. From here, the reveals stop being about texture and start being about what's genuinely in there. Number 4. Coconut Dream. Number 4 is built around one contested word, a thickener pulled from red seaweed, used to fake a creamy, fatty body without the fat. Now, the internet loves to scream that carrageenan is poison. It's not that simple, and that oversimplified version is exactly why you keep getting played by these videos. Here's what's actually true, and why it should change how you shop. Food-grade carrageenan is approved by regulators. But it's genuinely contested in the science. Some peer-reviewed studies raise questions about gut irritation, others find nothing, and it is not settled. And here's the tell that the industry itself treats it as a problem. The big brands quietly pulled it. Silk dropped it. So Delicious dropped it. They didn't have to, it's legal, but enough shoppers didn't want the argument in their cup that the companies caved. Which raises the obvious question about the brands that kept it. Why is it still in yours? Coconut Dream is the one most often flagged for holding on to it, so that's the label to scan hardest. And confirm it on the carton in front of you, because reformulations happen. Number 4's move: you don't need a final verdict to make a call. When an ingredient is contested enough that the biggest names removed it, and a nearly identical product exists without it, why would you keep buying the one that didn't bother? Scan for the word. Choose the one that already did the work. Number 3. Goya. Number 3 is a real surprise, and it's the most useful lesson on this list. Goya, the blue and yellow can trusted in American kitchens across 3 generations. Flip the plain coconut milk, and at first it looks like a win. Coconut milk, water, and one more thing: potassium metabisulfite, a preservative. A short, clean-looking list with a sulfite tucked at the very end. This is the one place I'll raise my voice, because it matters, and it hides. Sulfites are everywhere. Wine, dried fruit, tons of foods. So why does the FDA force this exact word onto the label? Because for a specific group of people it matters fast. Some sulfite-sensitive people, and particularly some people with asthma, can react quickly. And sensitivity can develop later in life, which means someone who's cooked with this can start reacting one day and never once connect it to the coconut milk sitting in their pantry. The symptom shows up, the suspect never does. Notice the same brand trap too, because Goya teaches it perfectly. The plain milk is short and gum-free. But Goya's cream of coconut, the sweet cocktail mixer, is a different animal entirely. Sugar, polysorbate 60, mono and diglycerides, propylene glycol alginate, plus guar gum and locust bean gum. Same shelf, same name, opposite ends of the spectrum. Your move on Goya. Read every word, because the last one on a short list can be the one that matters most to your body. If you know you're sulfite sensitive, this is a can to skip on purpose, and a clean, sulfite-free option costs about the same. And if a food reliably gives you symptoms, that's a doctor conversation, not a kitchen guess. Number 2. Parrot. Number 2 is Parrot, a heavy presence on Asian grocery shelves, cheap, thick, and reliable looking. This is the teaching example for everything at once. Read the label and it plays like a chemistry set. Guar gum and xanthan gum to thicken, a distilled monoglyceride and polysorbate 60 to emulsify, cellulose gum for body, and sodium metabisulfite to preserve. Every one has an innocent-sounding job, but stacked 6 deep in one small can, they stop being ingredients and start being a confession. This was never coconut. The emulsifiers are the tell almost everyone misses, so let's name what they do. An emulsifier is a referee. In every can, the coconut fat and the water are quietly trying to divorce, and the emulsifier stands between them and forbids it. That's why an over-engineered can never needs shaking, never separates, and never breaks into flecks in your coffee. When something behaves too perfectly, something is making it behave. Number 2's move is the bluntest in the video. Count the non-coconut ingredients. 1 or 2 is normal. A stack of 5 or 6 thickeners, emulsifiers, and preservatives means you're not buying coconut that got canned. You're buying a formulation that happens to contain coconut. Put it back. You came for a food, not a recipe from a factory. Which brings us to the one where the problem isn't in the can at all. Number 1. Chowco. Number 1 is Chowco, the orange can with the smiling coconut, once a Costco staple, loved for its unusually thick, almost custardy texture. Start with the label, because it's already a stack. Coconut, water, cellulose gum, polysorbate, citric acid, and sodium metabisulfite, gums, an emulsifier, and a sulfite in one can. On ingredients alone, it earns a spot, but that is not why it's number 1. Beginning with investigations in 2019 and 2020, the animal rights group PETA alleged that coconuts in this Thai supply chain were being harvested using forced monkey labor. Pig-tailed macaques kept chained and made to climb and pick. When it became public, major American retailers walked. Costco, Walmart, Target, Kroger, Wegmans, Walgreens, and others pulled Chowco from their shelves. The manufacturer, Thepadung Porn Coconut, denies using monkey labor and points to its own third-party audit reporting no such findings. I'm giving you both sides on purpose, the allegation and the denial, side by side, so you can decide for yourself. But here's why it lands at number 1, and it's the biggest lesson in the whole video. Sometimes the thing wrong with a product isn't an ingredient you can taste. Sometimes it's how the thing reached the shelf at all. And no ingredient list, no coconut percentage, no BPA-free badge will ever tell you that. For that, you read the news, not the label. The smiling coconut kept right on smiling. It just moved to smaller stores and online, where fewer people ever saw the headlines. Now you have. So this is the one where avoid isn't about your body at all. It's about what you're willing to put your $3 behind. That's the avoid list. Now, the ones that actually hold up when you turn them around. The ones that keep it clean formulas change, so always confirm the exact version in your hand. But right now, these show you precisely what simple is supposed to look like, and each one teaches a different piece of how to spot a clean can anywhere, even in a brand I never name. Number 3. 365 by Whole Foods, the can, not the carton from earlier, the can, from the cooking aisle. This is your accessible, everyday upgrade. Organic coconut, water, and a small amount of organic guar gum. It's organic, it's genuinely everywhere, and it's affordable, because the best can in the world does you no good if you can't reach it on a normal grocery run. Is it the purest option here? No, and I won't pretend it is. That trace of guar is exactly what keeps it off the top spot. But it's an honest, real-world step up, and it's the clean sibling of that watered carton that shared its name back at number 5. Same company, two very different products, and now you can tell them apart at a glance, which is the whole skill. Use it for weeknight curries, soups, smoothies, everyday cooking where you want a clean organic base without hunting a specialty store. Buying tip, grab the can, not the carton, and the unsweetened version. Number 2. Native Forest. Here's what a genuinely clean canned coconut milk looks like. The simple versions list is 2 words long. Organic coconut, filtered water. No guar, no gums, no stabilizers, no emulsifiers, nothing. It's USDA organic and non-GMO project verified. And the part almost nobody else touches, it's packed in BPA non-intent cans, meaning they dealt with the lining, not just the milk. That's the detail that separates a brand thinking about your health from one thinking about your first impression. And here's the whole video in one label. Native Forest also sells a classic version, and the only difference is a trace of organic guar gum. And that word is the difference between purest on the list and still very good, waiting in the fine print for you to read it. That's the skill this whole video is trying to hand you, printed on one shelf. Use it for rich curries and desserts where you want pure coconut carrying the flavor. Buying tip simple is the 2-ingredient one. Classic adds the trace of guar. Both are clean, pick by preference. Number 1. Aroy D, and the one that quietly ends the whole argument. Aroy D in the Tetra Pak carton. The list is essentially coconut and water at a high coconut content. But the smartest thing about it isn't the ingredients. It's the packaging. It's a carton, not a can. No metal lining at all, which means the entire BPA and BPS conversation, the one running quietly underneath almost every other product on this list, simply doesn't apply. Nothing to migrate into the fat over months of storage. No, is this one BPA-free? Guessing. You sidestep the whole problem by changing the container. It solves a real kitchen problem too. Pour exactly what the recipe needs, reseal the carton, refrigerate the rest. No half-open metal can rusting around the rim in your fridge for 2 days. Confirm the specific carton, since the brand makes several, but as a default habit, this is the cleanest, simplest move on the entire list. Use it for everything. It's the everyday default that makes the rest of this video almost unnecessary. A few honorable mentions. Don't memorize these 3. That's not the prize. The prize is the pattern. Goya's plain coconut milk, for instance, is refreshingly gum-free. The only reason it sat on the avoid side is that sulfite, which only matters for some people. Plenty of small importer brands you'll never see in a video are perfectly clean, and you can prove it yourself in 10 seconds without ever having heard the name. Because a clean coconut milk always confesses the same way. A short list you can read out loud in one breath. Coconut listed first. No stack of gums and emulsifiers. A preservative only if you're okay with it. And ideally a carton or a stated non-intent lining. When a can does all that, It doesn't matter whether it's famous. The one habit that beats every brand. Here's the trap this whole aisle is built on. Shoppers ask the wrong question. Which can looks healthiest? The prettiest label. The premium name, pure in gold script. Ask better ones. How many ingredients? Coconut first? Or water? Any gums, sulfites, or sugars you care about? Does it say anything about the lining? Or better yet, no can at all? And where did the coconut come from? Answer those, and the marketing falls away. What's left is just the food. Because the coconut was never the problem. It was the gum, the water, the preservative, the lining, and the sourcing. Forget the rankings. What you keep is the habit, the half-second flip of the can. 2 seconds bought their trust up front. Spend the other 2 on the back. The best coconut milk isn't the prettiest label. It's the one with the least to hide.